Hey YouTube, this is Primetime Pokemon. In this video, I'll be opening up the complete set of the Prismatic Evolutions Mini Tins. Now, I was very fortunate to find these at my local Walmart for $9.97 a piece. Each of these Mini Tins includes 2 Prismatic Evolutions booster packs, a Pokemon coin, and then a special art card. Now, the products you see here were actually in the Easter display at my local Walmart. So unfortunately, the card section at Walmart has not been stocked for probably over a month. But there was a large tub in the Easter display with these mini tins inside. So very happy to find them for slightly above MSRP. I believe MSRP is $8.99, so about 10% more than MSRP. And I actually bought 20 of these to add to my collection, a couple of complete sets. And then I bought a friend of mine a few as well. So as you know, Prismatic Evolutions is a very hot, in-demand set, so I'm very excited to get these products opened up. Now, I'll just go straight through the mini tin openings. Price-wise, really in my history of opening Pokemon cards, and really I've been collecting since 1999, since base set was released, I don't think there's been a card worth more from a newly released set than the Umbreon EX, the Special Illustration Rare. I just looked up the prices on TCG Player, over $1,500 for that card. I joke with my wife a little bit. You'll hear not only some screaming if I pull that card, but you know what? I'll buy you another wedding band for you to wear, of course, celebrating over 5 years of marriage, 2 children already, so a very good time there. And I jokingly said that I think the odds of pulling that specific card won in over 1,000 packs. Now, hopefully I'll pull some good packs. 16 total packs to open up here. So I'm just going to open these at random. Of course, I'm wearing my Eeveelutions shirt to hopefully bring me some good luck. Let me know in the comment section of this video a couple of things. What you specifically like about Prismatic Evolutions. Have you been able to get your hands on some? What are your favorite cards from the set? And then, of course, at the micro level here, what your favorite Eevee evolution would be. Now, myself personally, my 2 favorite, Jolteon and Umbreon. I would give the slight edge to Jolteon just because it is a first generation Pokemon, but I would say realistically I do like Umbreon the best overall. So I'll just open up these at random. I do not know if the pull rates are any better for the products inside of the mini tins, but I was just excited to see a big crate, a big display of these mini tins at my local Walmart. I saw on X that these displays were popping up, and that was just yesterday. Went to my local Walmart, and I think for the most part, the mini tins had been cleared out. But luckily, I was able to get some. And that is a good reminder to be patient. Always buy individual cards if you want to save the most money. But the Pokemon Company International did go out of their way in saying that they will print to meet demand. So definitely try not to pay I think these are going for like $25 a piece for one mini tin. Alright, so first up here would be the Leafeon one. I can flip it over just so you see what's on the back. And then usually it has a perforation there. You can easily open it up. There you go. Just like so. Has the art card and then 2 booster packs of Prismatic Evolutions. Take a look at the art card. There you have it. And if you flip it over, you can see the whole design. If I have time at the end, I will lay out all the cards on the table. Now, with that being said, I've not gotten the right art cards in some of the tins before. Here is the Eevee coin, an oversized one. Now, this product, the mini tin, was the second wave of products released on February 7th. I would love to open up the surprise box to see what I pull there, but February 7th, the mini tin and surprise box, and then April 25th, accessory pause special collection. Even before that, March 7th is the booster bundle. That, of course, usually is the best price per pack. Now, this set is based around the Eeveelutions. This is a special expansion, so you have to buy products like this to get the booster packs. You'll see some, hopefully, parallels For the reverse hollows, the Pokeball as well as the Master Ball, the variant rather, Hippowdon starts the very first pack, Pinsir, Larvitar, Houndour, Heatran, Rescue Board, Professor Turo's Scenario. There's a Dunsparce, so Pokeball or a Master Ball would appear here, and then I'll show you hopefully when I get one. Second reverse hollow would be a Cottony, and the final card would be a Okidogi. And then special to this set, the basic energy cards can come in foil form, similar to Pokemon 151. And I know even with Pokemon 151, you're seeing a lot of that still being printed. This is probably the most valuable set in recent memory for myself, at least at time of release, going back to Hidden Fates. And even with Hidden Fates, that set was printed quite a while after the set was first released, and the set still has a lot of value. Duraludon starts this pack. Pupitar. There's a Bronzor. Aromatisse. Regigigas. Lacey. Hawlucha. First reverse hollow would be an Amorous, and this would be a Pokeball. You can see it right there. And the trainer cards, I believe, are just available as Pokeball variants. But a pretty cool trainer here. We'll draw 4 cards at the end of this turn. If you have 5 or more cards in your hand, discard your hand. Second reverse hollow would be a Black Belt's Training. I will set that Amorous side. And the final card would be a Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX. So there are several Pokemon EX in this set, 25 total. A majority are the Terraform. Get a good look at it there. So a decent first mini tin to open up, and there is the Holofoil Energy card. Now this video I am recording a little bit later at night. Usually I try and record my videos on the weekends, but this was a weekday, and I was just so excited to see these at my local Walmart. Picked up some groceries for the evening, made some sloppy joes for the family, some baked beans, and then went to that Easter section, really right at the front of the store, and there the mini tins were. Vaporeon now. Jungle, that set does hold a special place in my heart. That was the first set to include the Eeveelutions. That is why specifically I like Jolteon quite well, because that card very cool looking in holofoil form. So the coin this time, blue in color. Here is the art card. I do wish they'd make some adjustments to the art cards so they'd fit in normal top loaders, the 2 booster packs. Of course, all of the cover artwork designs featuring the Eeveelutions or Eeveelutions, whatever you prefer. I have not yet pulled a special illustration rare from any of my openings. Riolu starts this one. Professor's Research, an always useful supporter card. Duskull, Houndoom, Janine's Secret Art, Bronzong, Techno Radar, Dracloak, the first reverse hollow, second would be an Applin, and the final card would be an Espeon. Now, pulling something like this in Master Ball form does have some value to it. There are lots of valuable cards, 131 cards in the base part of this set, and then 180 total cards, so lots of secret rares. Here's a cool looking cover art design there. 16 total packs. Would love to get 50% of the packs having something good on the inside, but 6 out of 16 would be great to summarize. Houndoom starts this one. Professor's Research, Applin, Goldeen. There's Explorer's Guidance, Pyroar. Oh, skipped over that Buddy Buddy Poffin, which is a decent trainer card. There's a Rescue Board, which is also a Pokeball variant. There is a Dunsparce, and the final card would be a Roaring Moon. Now, I've not seen it in person, but there's, I believe, what's known as a God Pack, which is available in English for once. All right, so already done with that mini tin. Let's move on to Sylveon now. All right, Sylveon here, which would be my wife's favorite Eeveelutions. The pink one, of course. She's had some luck playing the competitive TCG with Sylveon Gardevoir. That deck several years ago. Fortunately, just haven't had the time and really that's the main thing, is just the time to go and play in-person events. I really did enjoy getting very competitive into the Pokemon TCG. Alright, come on, pack, come out. This must mean there's something good on the inside. There we go. But it is disappointing. The Dork Den is where I used to play competitively. Now there's another gaming store in Mankato where I would go to that also has a competitive league. And at the time that I went to the Dork Den, it was nice because they sold everything at MSRP. And then they also, if you were a member to the Dork Den, which was basically free to sign up, just give out your email address and be sent promotional things, you receive 10% off all products that you bought. So Pokemon TCG products were much less than MSRP, and they would always have the newly released products when we go to play. So I'd actually do some openings right at the Dork Den. Nowadays, as most card shops have changed to their scalper pricing, especially on sets like this, so it's harder to go to play in person when I know they're just scalping all of their products and they're getting them for MSRP, much less than MSRP. They're getting them at wholesale prices. Larvitar starts this one. Houndour, Dusclops, Sneasel, Explorer's Guidance, Shaman, Professor Turo's Scenario. First reverse holo would be a Slowpoke, second would be a Larvitar, and the final card would be a Dunsparce. So not much to summarize so far, and that's another reason that the cards in this set do have a lot of value. And a lot of times it doesn't matter, but there are some tough pull rates in this set. If I pull anything real special, I do have the pull rates indicated off to the side on my little cheat sheet. Roto Stick starts this pack. There are A-Spec trainer cards in this set as well. There's a Fan Rotom. I do see a little bit of a gold border back there. So if I look at the gold cards in this set, the Hyper Rares, I would say I'd love to pull the Pikachu. That is the most valuable. So we have a Hoppenberry, Hoot Hoot, Executor, Binding Mochi, Rescue Board, Hoot Hoot. There's an Iron Leaves EX, a very cool pull right there, and a Hyper Rare. Now these, pull rate wise, 1 in 180 packs, so quite the pull right there. Unfortunately not as valuable as those special illustration rares, but I do like this card quite well. Of course, the future form of Virizion. And then the final card would be an Atticus Full Art, so that is a very good pack right there. Pretty good pull. I believe there are actually 2 Atticus trainer cards in this set. I've actually pulled both of them now in my openings. So a very good mini tin, best one so far. I still have 5 left to go. Let's go to Flareon now. I was looking on eBay before I started recording this video. $175 is, I think, the cheapest set of 8 that you can purchase online. So definitely saving a lot of money buying these at Walmart. Hopefully you guys can find those displays like I found. At the end of this video, also, if I can remember to show you the picture on my phone of the display that I found right by the Easter candy. There you go. There is a red colored coin. I do like that quite well. And again, on the back, you can read the information about Flareon. Carla actually went to Build-A-Bear, this has been several years ago now, and built an Eevee. Mia likes to play with that stuffed animal and squeeze one of its paws, and then of course it makes the Eevee sound. I actually bought Mia a Pokemon book for Christmas. It was a Black Friday special from Walmart, and we like to go through that quite often. She just likes to see the different Pokemon in there. Paldea starts this one. Friends in Paldea, rather. Paldea. Bronzor. Furfrou. Larvitar. Pyroar. Buddy Buddy Poffin. Seaking. Jolteon. Houndour. And the final card would be a Leafeon. For as long as I can remember, the Eeveelutions have been very popular. I think it's just the fact that, number one, Eevee is very cute, and then first generation Pokemon but just the choice that trainers have on what Pokemon to evolve it into. I think that really makes it very collectible and very popular. All right, second pack here. It starts with a Duskull. There's Cottonee, Litleo, Drakloak, Bronzong, Techno Radar, Diplin, Slowking, the first reverse holo. Second one would be Noibat. And the final card would be a Flareon. Cool looking Flareon, but just the rare holo that's guaranteed in every single pack. Halfway through the 8 mini tins now. Let's go to, boy, we're saving all the good ones for the end. I'll go to the Glaceon one now. There is Glaceon. I remember when Glaceon level X first came out, Leafeon and Glaceon. Very, very popular and in demand. That is my biggest regret when it comes to really my YouTube channel or collecting Pokemon cards is I wish I would have bought basically twice as much as I did and kept half of everything that I bought sealed. Very, very wealthy today, that is for sure. But at the same time, the only reason I really bought a lot of those products is to open them up for my YouTube channel. There is Glaceon. Set that one aside. The blue colored coin. A little bit different color blue than the Vaporeon one, I believe. Yes, it is. And then the 2 booster packs. Just that hyper rare, really the best pull so far. Would love to have pulled that Pikachu. But for the most part, those hyper rares, even though they are tougher to pull, they're not that valuable. People like to see more, I guess, just flashier artwork and more colorful artwork, where it's just all one color, a gradient, like the hyper rares, the rainbow rares. They never really were as valuable as some of the full art cards. Alright, this one starts with Miltank, Professor's Research. This set is a reprint of many past sets and past cards. Aromatisse, Noibat, Carmen, Great Tusk, Briar. We have a Dusknoir, which is just the normal version. Next we have Larry's Skill, so 2 regular reverse holos, and then a Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon EX. So a tongue twister there, a mouthful for the second EX pull of the opening when it comes to the regular EX. And pull rate wise, about 1 in 6 packs. And there is the Grass type Energy. So a decent pull right there. Now, I bought 3 of the mini tins for a coworker of mine. Called him up on the phone, and he's normally a sports cards collector. But like I said, our Walmart hadn't stocked cards for quite a long time. I told him this is a great set to open up, to invest in. So he said, buy me 3 of the mini tins. He's the same guy that, what was it? Was it Shining Fates? We pulled 2 of the very tough to pull Charizards out of 1 Elite Trainer box. Sent both of those in to get graded. Both graded PSA 10, and joke's on me because I actually bought one of the Charizard cards from him for $500+. Of course, I bought when the market was high, but still I think it's a good investment long term. So essentially from that Elite Trainer box, $1,000 plus he was able to pull. Lopunny starts this one, Dreepy, Miltank, Professor's Research, Executor, Crispin, Screamtail, Dreepy, second reverse holo would be a Buddy Buddy Puffin, and the final card would be an Iron Boulder. Alright, 6 packs left to go. Essentially all of my favorite Eevee evolutions for the final 3 mini tins. So Espeon is one of my favorite. Of course, Espeon and Umbreon, Pokemon Crystal, the video game that I put the most time into. Really, of any video game of all time, I would say Pokemon Crystal, of course, a second generation video game. Other video games I really like to play. I'm a big Nintendo fan. I think a lot of time I put into was Animal Crossing for the Nintendo GameCube. And the GameCube is really the main console that I put the most time into. Of course, the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy SP, Nintendo DS. I was more of a handheld player, but Mario Kart Double Dash, I can beat anyone out there. Guarantee it. I like to say that. My wife likes to play against me. She's decent, but usually I like to play the Special Cup, and she'll fall behind, and whoops, the GameCube turned off. Something like that happens. But that is my favorite Mario Kart for sure, is Double Dash for the GameCube. A lot of the newer Mario Karts, it's too random on the placement in driving. It's not skill-based. I like the Double Dash because if you were a good driver and knew how to use your items, you could finish first every single time. Where some of the newer ones, you get hit by those blue shells and just the chomp chomps, things like that, non-stop once you're first, and you can go from first to last in an instant. Houndoom starts this one. Dreepy, Miltank, Hobbenberry, Crispin, Shaman. There is Professor Turo's Scenario, Ogre's Mask, which is a Pokeball variant. There's a Binding Moki, and the final card would be a Dusknoir. So back to that coworker of mine. I just randomly picked 3 mini tins for him out of the box of mini tins. He'll probably pull a special illustration rare out of one of his. That would not be surprising at all. But that's the chance you take buying sealed products. And that is some of the fun of it as well. Duskull starts this one. Houndoom, Dreepy, Miltank, Professor Turo's Scenario. Now I see a little bit of a dark edge back there, so maybe that means it's something good. Slowking, Glass Trumpet. There is a Goldeen, which is an uncommon. Ooh, I was hoping it was that next spot, but this is a Professor Turo's Scenario. And then the final card would be a Lucario EX. So Lucario, I've had a decent amount of Lucario experience in the past with some older Lucario cards. So Lucario EX. All right. Let's go to, I'll go second generation then first generation. So we have Umbreon. And I really like the shiny form of Umbreon as well. Sort of has that North Carolina blue instead of the yellow. That is something that I did with Pokemon Crystal, put 1,000 hours plus into it, but the later hours of that, I will admit, I hooked it up to, what it was, an action replay, and then I was catching shiny Pokemon like crazy, and then I was battling, I can't remember the highest level that you could face, but I'd face the highest level Pokemon so I would level up as fast as possible. Now, that was many, many years ago that I played Pokemon Crystal. My entire storage unit was robbed, so I unfortunately do not have any of my original Pokemon games. But at this point in time, the battery probably would have went out on that game anyway, so I would have lost that data. But the memories are there. 2 packs here. How about pulling that Umbreon inside the Umbreon Mini Tin? It's always crossed my mind to just buy all Umbreon Mini Tins. I know there's not really any correlation between what's on the outside of the Mini Tin and what you get on the inside, but anything to just tweak my luck a little bit and get a little bit better pulls, I'll try and do it. Professor's Research starts this one. Professor Elm, Duskull, Houndoom, Dreepy, Rescue Board, Professor Turo's Scenario, Shaman. We have a Riolu. Second reverse holo would be a Goldeen. And the final card would be a Fluttermane. There is a basic Fire Energy. Alright, second pack and then on to the final mini tin. Would love to crack open the 8 additional mini tins, but I think for the time being, I will keep those sealed just to have a complete set. I think I did buy another 3 or 4 just random ones. Probably, well, I know Eevee, the Eeveelutions that I really like, and Umbreon and Jolteon. Lopunny starts this one. Dreepy, Miltank, Professor's Research, Pyroar. Really, it's hard to keep the cards straight and hide what's back there. There's Pyroar, Festival Grounds. There is a Seaking, Janine's Secret Art, which is a Pokeball variant. We have an Amorous, and the final card, a Dusknoir. So down to the final mini tin to pull a special illustration rare. There are 26 total, and they're about 1 in 45 packs. So pull rate wise, no guarantee just from 16 packs to pull one. But here is the final mini tin. Wish me some luck. That is for sure. I need it. Jolteon, my favorite Eevee evolution. Really all stemming from that Jolteon card from the Jungle set. Of course, the Jungle set, 64 total cards, and it was slated to be even smaller, but Jolteon, for example, every card that was a rare holo in the set, also a rare non-holo. Of course, nowadays, you don't even have the rare non-holos, you just go straight to the holo card. Here is the Jolteon art card, the gold colored coin, and then the 2 booster packs. You know what? I'm going to just put these cards right on the playmat so I don't know what I'm going to get in the final spot. So you have rare, special illustration rare, and then the Pokeball variant potentially. So I'll go like that. See what happens. So Badoo starts this one. Eevee, Pupitar, Execute, Heatran, cool looking Heatran card, Rescue Board, Professor Turo's scenario, and then the basic Fire Energy. So let's go with this one, the rare holo. It would be an Iron Boulder. Let's go for the first reverse holo. See what's here. It would be a Binding Moki, and then the second reverse holo, hoping for a special illustration rare, just feeling it, doesn't feel like it. It would be a Goldeen. So hoping for some last pack magic. Again, I'd be very interested to know if you've opened up any Prismatic Evolutions and if your pull rates have been any good. What's the best card that you've pulled from this set? So final pack here. Let's see what happens. I'll do the same thing. It's more fun to open it that way anyways. So we'll go, if I can make sure and do the card trick correctly, to do rare, reverse holo, and then we'll flip the pack over and start it off with Execute, Sneasel, Professor's Research, Dusclops, Binding Moki, Area 0 Underdepths, Pyroar, and then a basic Water Energy. So final cards in this video, and then I will lay out all of those art cards on the table as well as show you a quick picture of what the display looked like at Walmart with these mini tins on the inside. So at the very least, an EX or Full Art Trainer pull here. Have not pulled an A-Spec Trainer card either. And A-Spec cards a little bit tougher to pull, about 1 in 21 packs. But Okie dokie is the rare holo. Let's go reverse holo here. It would be a Carmen. And not expecting much from the final card that'll turn over. Let's take a look. Can I feel it? Feels just like a smooth reverse holo. Let's flip it around and see what it is. Indeed, it is in a Sneasel. So, I will be right back with a summary of pulls, overview of the art cards, as well as a picture of the display at Walmart where these mini tins were purchased from. Okay, so here's a quick picture of the display at Walmart where the mini tins were purchased from. Way at the bottom left, if you can see that at all, it says $9.97, and this whole thing was full of the mini tins. I'm assuming it was as full as the other compartments there, but when I went to Walmart to look in there, it was pretty empty. And as far as I know, these displays have only been out for 2 days, so someone just went crazy in that display and took a bunch of the mini tins. I don't blame them, because as hard as this set is to come by, it is worth to buy as many products at MSRP as possible. Alright, so I don't know how well you can see that, but there is the art cards all put together. It would be cool to almost frame this type of thing and display it like that. Like I said, these individual cards are just a little bit too big to fit into sleeves and top loaders. That is the one unfortunate thing, but they are pretty cool as far as just art cards, how they look. So now I'll be back with a summary of my pulls from these 16 packs. Alright, so here are the cards, the best cards I pulled from these 16 booster packs, the 8 mini tins. Now I may have missed a Pokeball variant, I've done that before, but I was able to pull out 4 total. On average, these are about 1 in 3 packs, so a little bit below average pull rate wise on the Pokeball variants. Did not pull any Master Ball variants out, unfortunately. Janine's Secret Art. And of course, these are replacing the illustration rares from previous Scarlet and Violet series sets. I do like these quite well. Just looking at them, they look very nice. Ogre's Mask, Rescue Board, and then Amorous. They do have a texture to them as well. Pulled out 3 Pokemon EX that are a little bit above average pull rate wise with the EX. 25 different Pokemon EX, 1 in 6 booster packs. So Lucario and then 2 different forms of Ogerpon. Was able to pull out 1 full art trainer, an ultra rare rarity wise card in Atticus. You can use this card only if your opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned. Shuffle your hand to your deck, then draw 7 cards. So a very specific type of deck you have to play this into. And then easily the best pull of the opening, a very tough card to pull in a gold hyper rare, Iron Leaves EX. Well, 1 in 180 booster packs. Still in the hunt to pull the first special illustration rare from the Prismatic Evolutions set. But there you have it. There's a look at the pulls from the 16 booster packs of this set. So again, make sure before you go to do 2 things. Leave a like on this video and then subscribe to my channel. As always, I try and read through all the comments on my videos, so make sure if you have any questions for me or any thoughts on this set or the opening that I did, let me know in the comment section of this video. So thank you everyone for watching. As always, happy Pokemon card collecting and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.